confirm if you're able to see my screen. I'm just screen. Hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes, yes, Deepak, we are
Okay, the topic is performance testing with UiPath. Majorly, this is going towards the UiPath Test Manager, where we will try to talk a little bit about performance testing and how we can do it with the UiPath. And then we will also see one demo, end-to-end demo, which all features we have, functionality, reports, these all things we'll try to cover it. And finally, if you have any questions, I will be happy to take it. So about me, as Vishal already mentioned, I'm 5 times Yapat MVP. Right now, I'm associated with the Boundaryless Group. From last 15 years, I'm into the IT tech domain. I'm also one of the YouTuber who used to create content related to test automations, technology stakes, project management, and all. You can find me always on Rai Gurukul YouTube channel as well as RPA Hub, which involves all those RPA related stuff on RPA Hub. So that's about me, Vishal, who is going to share the stage with me. And here it's go. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about performance testing. So it's a part of non-functional testing where we wanted to understand how application is behaving, what is the response when we are interacting with them, when there's a peak time available or when there is a lot of user who is accessing these website. So taking an example of e-commerce portal, most of us is doing shoppings, online shoppings, ordering products on Amazon, Walmart, Flipkart, and all. When the festive seasons are there, if the website is not properly tested, what happened? We are either getting not reachable or some other errors. You're not able to even place the order. So that's because of performance. Application is not performing well when user is more number of users is trying to interact. Because in festive seasons or in the occasional offer seasons where Flipkart and Amazons are hosting, there's a more volume coming towards the applications or website. So it's always required to do thorough testing about this, which is a part of non-functional, where we are checking the behavior of applications and workload, how much extreme workloads we have. And normally the expectations or results will be uh, checking system remains stable, the response time stays within acceptable limit, system can scale and handle increasing load, and if there is no bottlenecks in infra, code, or integration. As user interactions are more, what happened? The applications giving slow response because of more number of queries are getting fired to the databases. More number of users are visiting at the same time. Features, responses, everything are getting slow if there's no proper performance testings are done. This is not only with the website, you can also consider with the web-based applications. Maybe when you're trying to log in on a net banking portal early morning, uh, close to 9 to 10, in between that, you'll see the performance of the net banking application is little slower. That's because of the performance of the applications getting down because more number of users interacting at the same time. Same thing happen if you have already worked on PDD or process design documentations as a part of BA. That's the main reasons we are also mentioning what is the peak time of the application. That's the main reason to capture what will be the performance, what will be the response on those durations. So that's the way we are checking performance, validating how the automations handle large data sets, high transactions volumes, queue processing, API calls, UI element interactions, orchestrator load, and robot scalability. So it covers entire thing, not only about the applications interfaces. Now, When we are doing performance testing, there are a lot different type of performance testings are available. First is volume testing, where we are checking the volume of applications, what will be the size or how much data we are pushing. Capacity testing, system level testing we are doing, performance code profiling, component testing. It means if we have different features or different applications, user interfaces, that also we are validating. If we are working on web-based applications, you'll find it out lot of web pages are there which is integrated and normally we are calling as website. So those websites sorry, those website pages we have to thoroughly verify it, not only with the login page. We should also get inside the applications and check different functionality behavior, scalability, endurance, spike, stress, load, everything we are verifying. So these all types of performance testing what we have. Now, when we are talking about the UiPath, this is the high level architecture. By using that, UiPath is giving us the flexibility to use performance testing module under Test Manager. Now, it's starting with the first component. Here you will see Studio. So this is we are talking about the UiPath Studio, where we can build test cases, and we are pushing these test cases to Test Manager. Under Test Manager, we have performance testing modules are available, and uh, t- how test managers are interacting with the different components, where test manager is well connected with the orchestrator, and here we can generate test cases. This also give us the flexibility to run these test cases along with the help of robot, Send, sending the data, and finally once the executions will be completed, it is also reading data from data fabric. So when we will build the test cases or perform the dry run under performance testing module, we will see data fabric is also available, which is inbuilt part of it. So this is one flow which we talked. We can also publish studio test cases to the orchestrator. So if you are from the testing background, you can you're already aware of the entire process, but this is a new components which we are trying to cover it today, which is performance testing under Test Manager. And for using that, we need to have the test cloud. So if you have 25.10 and above versions, you will see that if we have not yet started with the trial versions, request for that. And in GA 25.10 versions, this functionalities got included under UiPath. Okay, any questions from anyone? Make sure to unmute yourself and raise the questions. If you don't have the permissions, maybe you can raise the questions in the chat interface or maybe in Messenger. Now, this is how it looks. So just see the screenshots. We'll also jump into the test manager and see how we are performing these applications. So creating scenarios, you can see these are different stages where we can create a scenario. Configurations, when you will jump into the execution screen, you will see the configurations, overview and result, where you'll also see the units, how many machines we are using, and platform units, how much we are utilizing it for running these performances, which can be targeted into the different groups. And these different groups are, maybe you can see UI bank, login PT, backend, create account, then API create account. So these groupings are creating performance with additional number of user to generate the report for you. And these reports are well generated with the graphical user interface, where user can segregate these data accordingly. So this is one snap. This is the second snap, where when we'll jump into the group wise intersections, where you will see different models are covered. In group one, we can see user interfaces, where we are trying to verify load profile. how many users are trying to interact with the performance testing module. So taking an example of login page is contains just username, password, and then the submit button. Sometimes reset and cancel button is also available. So if user is trying to access one user is trying to access the applications we have, it will be different. If we have 10, 20, or 30 user interactions at the same time, probably we'll see differences as compared to one. But when we are trying to access the same page with more than 20, 1000 users, how you will achieve it? So practically, it's not possible with all the devices testing, because either you need to have the 1000 devices within your bucket, or you have to be dependent on some virtual system. So what UiPath is giving leverage to you, where you can add more number of users to test it. These all things will be done in the background, where more number of user profile will be created virtually, and this will try to access your entire performance model. This also captures the response time, HTTP errors, automation steps durations, and infra model as well, where you can see web traffic, automation error, everything is highlighted here. Now I captured one more screenshot where you can see group 3, where again you will have load profiles, infra, HTTP errors, response time, everything will be highlighted here. So this is about some of the screenshots which I have captured from the past, but let's jump into the UiPath test manager and see how it looks. Do you have any questions for me? I think any questions from anyone?
No,
Okay,
I
I don't
think
have
nothing
questions
currently.
as of now. Perfect. So this is my UiPath test manager. I will go to here, or maybe I will jump into this UiPath test manager. Just select test manager from this. Little slower. Now, based on your roles and responsibility, you can see you can simply create a new projects, add the project name, prefix, and descriptions, and you're good. Till the time you have the license, you will be able to see it. Now I have to jump into this tenant. Under this, I can see there is a performance scenarios. If you don't have the performance testing modules, then you will just see these four options, and this you won't be able to see the performance scenarios available here. So these are my performance scenario. If you wanted to create any scenario, just test, include the descriptions, and after that we have advanced options available, where you can see performance testing type. Whichever performance testing type you want, you can select it. As of now, UiPath is giving us the privilege to select endurance, load, spike, and stress. Once you'll select any one of them, you have to select the applications type, on which applications you are doing. Either you're doing web applications, API services, e-commerce applications, or any gaming applications, whichever applications you're using, just select that. And post that you have to select your model: fast, instant, moderate, and all. So I'm just selecting fast one. I'll click on create. The scenarios will be created successfully for me. Normally this is not taking that much time, but if you have the staging environment or any shared environment, probably this takes some time. You can see this configuration is generated for me. This is the one scenario which I have generated. I did not start it with any executions, anything. You can see everything is showing as blank for me. It takes sometimes where till the time you will not add any load group, like which load groups you want. Click on select, add this number of test cases. So these are some of the test cases. I can select any one of them and then click on robot services, whatever you have package name, you'll have group 1 generated successfully. Similar way we can also add any other group. This is the overview level which contains all settings informations and finally the result. When we'll click on dry run, it starts executing the process and you'll see the results shortly. But if you wanted to add more number of loads, select default folder, go to the next, and then sorry, check this radio button, and you will have similar settings available. Now your group 2 is also created. So in similar way, you can also add more number of groups and start dry run process. Now I wanted to show you the previous one. Sorry. Okay, so these are my test cases. I can just select all of them, and if you want, we can perform any actions. Else, click on any of the test scenario. Go to the result. In the result sections, you will see different options are available. Else, go to the executions, and from here, you will see the entire executions result. But in performance testing module, you'll also have other scenarios which will give you more results on it. Here you can see one is fail and one is passed. Let me go to the past stats, and here you'll have the detailed structure available. If you wanted to edit any scenarios, click on edit, and you can edit as per your requirement. Number of loads you can see here for this test cases, we have added one. Virtual users 250. Normally, for creating 250 virtual users, you might need 1, 2, or 3 days, depending on the data what you have to fill up, and that is for the manual. But if we wanted to utilize the UiPath platforms, these users are already generated by them, where we can do the testing. For the group 1, we have the users. So you can see with how many users we did the testing, and till the time you'll scroll on these options, you will see the time frame, dates, and all. So by using these users, how many times execution has been done. Next will be HTTP response time. And in here, you can see these are the HTTP response time. HTTP error, automation, step durations, everything will be highlighted here. Whichever modules you wanted to check, you can check from each sections, and here we go. Web traffic, automations, error, if we have anything, you will be able to see it. This is by average. If you will select the filter as maximum, you will also see the maximum rates of on this data sources. And finally, if you wanted to include or exclude any of the items from here, you can just uncheck it, and those diagrams will be removed permanently. So this is how it looks into the group 1 executions. Let me jump into any other scenarios and show you. Sorry. It's a similar structure which you'll see. Now let me move to some other tenant where we have some data. Let me show you this. This also has a same set of data set. Let me jump into. We don't have any other data. And in group sections also, when you will jump into this, in group section also you can change the result, fail and none. Now, if you wanted to perform the executions or if you wanted to run any of those, you have to just click on this dry run, and dry run will give generate the results for you. And as I mentioned, the moment you will select the groups, right, you can see set of users are available here. If you want, you can increase or decrease, totally depending on the units, whatever you have. So if you can see here, when I'm increasing the number, the consumed virtual units are consumed this much for one execution. So we need these terms of licenses also in the background. Maximum response time, what we are expecting. Sometimes what happen, few of the pages are responding very slower, where we will have a very limited time frame. So we are setting the response time till microseconds it will wait, and then we will get in results. So if application is not responding, we can expect to set the wait time of 300. After that, it will consider as failure cases. Average error rate is 0.01 if you want increases. Data source, if you wanted to define any data source, you can do it. And here also we will have data fabric. Click on next, add the data sets, whatever data sets we have, or system users. If you want, click on select, and these users will be included at the time of running the performance testing module. Exactly same way for other groups or other test cases, we can add more number of virtual users, maximum response time, we can even decrease it or increase it, totally depending on your need. Average error rate and data source. So as I mentioned earlier, in this slide itself, data fabric is considered as a data source, and these data source will be utilized for running the model. If you want to add more number of users, you have to just go to the data source. That means in data fabric, and from there you can modify the users detail. You can also modify the data set what we have entered here. That means fields and record. And again, you need to have this data fabric license. Normally, UiPath is giving you inside the bundle. If you want, you can just get more ID. So here you can see ID, login, password, everything is created. And in terms of data, this is our data, which is residing for us for the testing. If we want, we can even add it or remove or add more number of data sets. So local fields, we have login, password, and email, but we can even manage it by adding more. So maximum length we are expecting as 200. So if you want, we can add more number of fields, and accordingly you can adjust these fields. Any question? One?
So, Deepak, there was just one question from Renmay. Is this available on Community Edition as well?
No, as of now. Maybe you can raise the GA preview release based on their, you will get the licenses located on your community version. But as of now, there's a no community versions available. It is as a part of enterprise launch, because if you know, test manager is also a part of enterprise license. You can get trial for 60 days, but after that, ultimately you have to pay for it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a part of test manager license itself.
Yeah.
Any other questions from anyone?
Mm, I don't see anything in chat.
Considering no questions.
Starting
Yeah.
any version, do we have this feature? Ragutaman has a question. Ragutaman, it's not clear. Are you asking which version, from which version we have this feature? Oh, it's 2310, right? Deepak, from 2310 on
25.10.
20, sorry, 20,
But yeah,
25,
yeah,
25.10.
25.10. You can
Okay,
use
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Now, as I mentioned, if you wanted to edit any of the data sets, just navigate to this part. It means into the data fabric, and from here you can include any set of the data, whichever is required for your in entities. You can create more number of entities, system users, records, everything. You can add it or adjust it according to the performance testing requirement. You can even import and export a schema. You can use in Studio as well. So just add the data fabric link into the Studio that can be leveraged for using your performance testing module. So this is about data. In project settings, we don't have much customization for the performance testing, but in terms of evaluations, prompt library, you can even as the prompt library, but UiPath team is working including more number of scenarios, more number of performance testing cases, and even enhancement point of view. See, to very open with you, you might find it out some sluggish behavior, but they are working out to fix it. But as of now, the whatever versions or whatever features it's available, you will see it's in stable one, where you will be able to perform testing quickly or easily on any of your applications. So this is all about the performance testing. Here, right, you will see this type of reports are generated. So here you have load groups, virtual users, error. These are the errors, average response time. Along with that, you can see in this module we have different groups. So this is how the test cases has been created. So each group is having their own threshold value, which you can adjust it once you'll click on this. And then while adding the load group, you can just adjust it according to the requirement. So consider in one set you wanted to just run the with 50 users. In second set you wanted to run for 100, 200, 300, something like that. Then you can adjust the model and accordingly you will get a response. So you can compare with it. Even you have the compare models available. So if I wanted to do the comparisons between group 1 and group 2, you will see these comparisons will be quickly generated. You don't have to do it manually. You don't have to compare it manually. UiPath Test Manager is already providing this feature where you can come for group 1. It's same. So here the load profile is less than 50, that is 13, and one it's 20. So this is about group. Now you can see for HTTP response time, this is for the group 1 and this one is for the group 2. Similar way you can also see HTTP error. If you want to do the comparisons between first, second, and third, it also generates the report. So depending on the scenario, screens, and all, you will see each and every section is having their own results available. Okay, so this is about comparison scenario. I will just disable this so that you will see you have to go one by one and check these results. And as I mentioned, you can also modify populated here. Uh, So average response model, you can adjust it according to this. And here, it's almost same structure. And you can see here, we have just one group. We don't have the compare model available. Yeah, so this is all about what we have into the performance testing, into the UiPath Test Manager. If you have any questions, I will be happy to take it. So these are the features till now it's implemented. We'll try to, if there's any other included versions are available or if new releases are, we'll try to cover it in the next session itself. But as of now, this is what we have under UiPath Test Manager.
So Deepak, just one question. In the data fabric, you added some fields, right? So can you also generate data? Suppose I have 100 users, right? So or 100 entries to be added. So I want to dynamically generate data for the fields
We
also
have the
different.
schema, right? Under the
Hmm.
schema we can add it and upload it. So import and export module is available.
And can you dynamically also generate like earlier we had the, can you
Sorry, please come
can we
again.
dynamically generate data as well, or we need to upload
we
it in this?
we started losing you. Sorry, I'm not sure
Okay.
it's my internet or yours.
Okay, I'll put it in chat 1 minute if
Okay,
it's okay.
sure.
Uh,
So data generator, another feature of UiPath.
hmm.
UiPath, we can
Yeah,
use
yeah.
that, generate the data, and we can add it. So entity model is exactly services, right? Earlier the name was data services. From there we are calling those informations. So you can do it.
Okay, thank you. Any other
Any
question?
other questions from
Yeah.
anyone? One second. If not, then thanks a lot for joining everyone. Thank this
Yeah.
session interactive, and we'll see you in next sessions. If you wanted to connect with us, here is my barcode, which you can. That's all for today. Thanks a lot. Thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you, Deepak, for this session. It was very insightful. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye bye.